Hello, today is Tuesday, August 11th, 2026. Here is your daily signal. According to Fortune, Iran's Supreme National Security Council has declared that the Strait of Hormuz will remain closed until the United States meets a comprehensive list of demands, including full compensation for war damage. The Strait of Hormuz is a critical maritime chokepoint, carrying nearly a third of all global seaborne oil, and Iran has previously used threats of closure in response to international tensions and sanctions. On August 8, 2026, Fortune reported that Iran will not reopen this vital waterway until the U.S. corrects its behavior, referencing the Supreme National Security Council's announcement and specifying the requirement for total compensation for war damages. Key stakeholders include Iran's Supreme National Security Council, the U.S. government, oil giants like Saudi Aramco and BP, and global shippers such as Maersk, all closely monitoring the situation. In the near term, global oil prices are expected to surge as shipping is disrupted and routes are constrained, forcing companies to avoid the strait and increasing costs and transit times. Longer term, major economies may escalate efforts to diversify energy sources and develop alternative shipping corridors, while a prolonged standoff could prompt intense diplomatic negotiations or even an increased military presence in the Persian Gulf. Next, we look at employment data revisions in the United States. According to Fortune, the latest U.S. jobs report revealed a 23,000 job deficit for July, with revisions to May and June payrolls shaving a further 103,000 jobs from earlier estimates. The monthly Labor Department jobs report is a cornerstone of economic tracking, and these large adjustments come as more comprehensive data comes and can significantly change perceptions of growth and market direction. The unemployment rate ticked down to 4.1% in July, largely as Americans exited the labor force, a shift also highlighted by the Labor Department's recent data. These adjustments remain under heavy scrutiny, as accurate jobs data is vital for economists, policymakers, and investors in shaping forecasts and deciding on actions, including possible Federal Reserve interest rate moves. The near-term impact of these downward revisions may include weaker market sentiment and heightened volatility. If the trend persists, the Federal Reserve could delay rate hikes, businesses may slow hiring or expansion, and continued substantial revisions could erode overall confidence in official economic reporting, making both policymaking and business planning more complicated. Next, to the regulatory tensions surrounding Amazon's new Texas data center. TechCrunch reports that Amazon's planned data center in Texas, which will feature its own on-site power plant, could become the largest single source of climate pollution in the United States. This massive facility is intended to provide reliable energy for Amazon Web Services, but environmental groups and regulators have raised major concerns over the plant's expected emissions at a time of growing scrutiny of U.S. data center power usage. Local regulatory authorities are now reviewing the project's environmental impact, with Texas regulators, contractors, and utility companies all directly involved. Should the plan move forward, the center's operations could significantly increase regional greenhouse gas emissions in the near term, raising air quality and health concerns for local communities. Potential delays due to regulatory challenges might also prompt tougher emission controls for future U.S. data centers, as state policy and public scrutiny of tech industry infrastructure intensify not just in Texas, but nationwide. Now, onto the markets. International markets were mixed, with Germany's EWG falling slightly by 0.34%, while France's EWQ declined 0.31%. Among notable movers, China's FXI gained 0.88% to lead international strength, while Japan's EWJ dropped 0.88%. Commodities saw silver as the standout, surging 3.32%, while U.S. oil USO jumped 6.7% and gold advanced 1%. Uranium URA underperformed, slipping 1.18%. In the U.S., the S&P 500 SPY ended nearly unchanged, inching down 0.03%, while healthcare Roman 45 outperformed with a rise of 1.67%. Real estate lagged as real estate XLRE fell 1.29%. Among individual stocks, FOS took top gainer status, soaring 13.25 points, while Sion led declines with a sharp drop of 91.4%. Other notable movers included SEKT, up over 301%, and Tanks, down nearly 89%. That's it for today. You can find more news and details on our website. Goodbye.